Hello, 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 hello. What's going on, everybody? Welcome to Now Stock Trades. How's everybody doing today? All right, so this is live number 2 from New York City. No, I'm just kidding. All right, yeah, from Tucson, Arizona. Man, I had a crazy day today. Only the people in Lifetime know what happened today. Man, what a crazy world we live in. All right, so this is live number 2. For folks that have not seen live number 1, I recommend watching live number 1. Okay. We talked a lot of stuff here. We talked a lot. I'm going to briefly just do a quick summary. We expect 2 rate cuts this year. Trump is going to announce a new Fed chair, more rate cuts in 2026, and Trump tax cuts on the horizon. Yes. CEO Albert Allen's Al Stock Trades achieves milestone. Users report total net worth growth to exceeding 45 million. Excellent. Institutional investors for Clover have increased. Bitcoin always precedes the S&P, and the M2 money supply precedes the Bitcoin. Vivek sending clear messages. Watch live from Friday. Don't know why you think this is cringe. We talked about that. Last time volume was this high, stock ran up 60%. Now the volume's high, both Russell inclusions. We're going to talk about the intrinsic value here because I've been pushing this off every freaking video. Short positions need to cover on their ETFs, which have been in collateral damage for Clover. Ethereum, we need to do more due diligence on. Stock S&P 500 is an all-time high, but yet bears are still here. Seasonal patterns suggest that August we're going to reach a peak and then consolidate, probably due to some bill and then Santa Claus rally, and then portfolio hedging modeling system outperforming. These are our stock picks outperforming the S&P. We got to talk about this. All right, so what the hell is this video about? Okay, in this video, we're going to go ahead and answer a question that if you guys want to know more about what I just said, please watch this live. This live goes into detail. In this live, we're going to go ahead and go over these stocks. These stocks are not picked by me. They're not picked by me. These are stocks that a user had a question on, and there's an intrinsic error in what the user thinks about the software that I think we're going to go ahead and answer. And I felt like might as well answer the question on a live because then people can ask questions and it'll be easier to reference. So I don't endorse any of these stocks. I can't endorse a stock. I am not a financial advisor, stockbroker, or what have you. I am, just this is just an educational platform, right? And anything I say does not constitute financial advice. As of now, all these stocks to me are not good until proven otherwise, and we're going to go through them. And from there, we will use our software to figure out what's going on. Very quickly, what I want to do is I actually want to do MSTR because MSTR is interesting. MSTR is quite interesting, and to do MSTR, we have to open up a new software here, which is called the Tri-Statement Financial Insight Engine. So by doing that, now we have 3 separate softwares open, 3 terminals. So we'll attack MSTR. Okay. So MSTR is a company called MicroStrategies that is owned by this gentleman here called Michael Saylor. Market cap is $107 billion. And it's been rampaging up incredibly. And the question is why? And why is it that when you type it into the intrinsic value calculation, it gives you a weird stock price? Why is that? I'm going to answer this question because this is central to understanding how intrinsic value works. So this will be good. Now, what's up? Almost at 10. Yes. just going through the comments right now. Yes, we're almost at 10,000 subscribers. Wow. You know what I mean? That is incredible. You know, for all the folks that have subscribed, thank you. I honestly did not think we'd get that much. But now looking at it, kind of what the landscape is in regards to what's available online, I realized that there's just not a lot of real people that talk about stocks and just are honest. It's hard to find honest people. How are they shit stocks, but they're pumping 1,000? Explain the logic to me. So, well, I said, to my knowledge right now, right? I haven't looked at them. I haven't seen them and whatnot. And just because a stock is pumping doesn't mean it's a good stock, right? So this actually, Dr. Ghost, I'm going to actually star your comment. Your comment has been starred. And Al, we trust. Let's go. Let's crank some peanuts with some almonds and cashews, right? And closing Bryce. So I don't know, man. Where's the 8 ball? Okay, good. Sunday Night Live. All right. So to answer your question, Mr. Ghost King here. So let me tell you something here, okay? So let's actually open up a Google Doc. Let's open up a Google Doc, shall we? And let's just kind of zoom in, and let's just increase the not brightness, the size. So what is a stock? Let's put it in bold. What is a stock? Right? A stock is part owner of a company. Okay? Right? So what does a company do? A company is supposed to, sell something. Right? It's supposed to sell something. And was there wind outside? Look at that wind. Oh yeah, monsoon is coming. Actually, you know what, guys? Hold on. Tucson weather. Oh, crap. I have ADHD, guys. Good, the weather. Holy shoot. Wednesday, Thursday, it's raining. Sorry, there's like a lot of wind right now. All right, sorry. Back to, I'm like Dora, that lady from Finding Nemo. I'm like, we don't get any rain in Arizona, guys. So if we get rain, it's like, it's like the coming of Jesus Christ, it's like, holy crap, I'm sorry. We got water. It's like, holy shit, the gods love us, like I'm thirsty as hell, all right. Sorry. Michelle actually can give me some water. Can I get some water? Oh my God. All right. Sorry. All right. No, the AC is pretty good. All right. So a company needs to sell something, guys, right? So you have to have, when you sell something, you have to make a profit, right? And to do that, you have to make sure your revenue is greater than your expenses, right? And this is like business 101. Okay? If you don't know how a business runs, then you should not be investing in stocks, right? So if you think that just because a stock ran up, it's a good stock, I'm giving you here's the logic, right? And if you don't agree with me, that's fine. And in the long run, you will lose money, right? And don't be mad at me, right? Don't be mad at me. But that's how it goes, right? Let me drink some water. All right, so yeah, a lot of those channels that talk about stocks are trust me, bro, as to why it takes off, right? No, yeah, exactly. We don't do that here. So let's go ahead and look at MSTR. Okay. Now, first, let's just look at MSTR from the financial sheet. So revenue for MSTR, let's just first graph revenue. Revenue has been stable. In fact, it's been going down, right? MSTR hasn't been making any money. Like, look at its revenue, right? Now, so you can see its revenue from 2015 went from 500 million to 463 million. Okay. Now let's take a look and graph its net income. Its net income went from 105 million down to, negative 1.1 billion. They're actually losing money, right? They only had like 1 year of profitability. All right, let's look at free cash flow. Okay. Free cash flow is in the negative. Now here it's almost about to be positive, but again, it's all negative, guys. Now for the quarterly, maybe things have changed, but that's again because of the notes they've been selling. So the question is, why is it that, for free cash flow, we're, our software is estimating 24 million, because look in the past, guys, right? It's negative, right? So this is why it's giving you a very lousy number, right? Because the intrinsic value of the company, what the company's business operations, what it's doing, is not making money. So the question you have to ask yourselves then is, well, why is the stock worth $107 billion, right? And that has to deal with the balance sheet. So whenever you run into this, you always want to check. You want to say, okay, what is this business doing? So what this business is doing is it's selling notes to essentially buy more Bitcoin. And as the price of Bitcoin goes up, the value of the company goes up. In fact, I think they're holding, I don't know, like 80,000 or something Bitcoin. I haven't done due diligence on it in a while. How much Bitcoin do they hold? I'm sure it's everywhere. Everyone knows. Okay, that's a lot, right? That 592,000 Bitcoin. Is that what it's MicroStrategies holds holding, or am I wrong here? Because I don't think that's. Yeah, now they hold over 500,000 Bitcoin. Okay. So these guys are heavy Bitcoin. I mean, these guys, again, Michael Saylor is a billionaire, right? So these guys are heavy Bitcoin buyers, right? So how can we tell that in these financial sheets? Well, to do that, you have to go to the balance sheet, right? And you have to look at the assets and liabilities, okay? Now, I want you to go ahead and look what's happening here. What is this green long ding dong here, right? What is this ding dong, right? This is assets. This is $25 billion of assets, right? So you can see that their assets shot up in 2024. So from 2023 to 2024, something happened. And if you were to look at the quarterly on the assets, you could see that something happened in Q4. Well, really, honestly, you could see. Yeah, I mean, you could see here, it started rising up even before that. So honestly, by 2024, it looks like their assets are pretty much going to the moon. It's like most recent is $43 billion in assets. And if you were to look at the stock price here, MSTR, and if you look at 2024, you could see the stock literally went up 698%. So you can see it's following the assets. So when it comes to companies that are buying another asset, you can't do an intrinsic value, because this intrinsic value looks at the company as a, how do I say this? It looks at the intrinsics of what the company is doing. And these numbers here, it shows that intrinsically, MicroStrategy's non-Bitcoin business, I don't know if you can call it a business, but its non-Bitcoin endeavor is a unprofitable company. What's special about MicroStrategies is it's buying a crypto asset that's increasing. So if you were to look at our generative AI, and I'm curious, look at MSTR, and then look at the enhanced AI analysis and select, synthesize the financial intelligence. We'll see what it says in regards to, because it's not doing well, right? From its fundamentals. But why it's going up is because it's buying an asset that's going up. And then from my institutional investor side, what I'm hearing from the big dogs on Wall Street is we're expecting Bitcoin to get to 250,000 plus, right? 150,000 plus to 250,000. So I expect MicroStrategies to go higher as they continue buying more Bitcoin. So let's see if our AI is able to figure out, without any information on Bitcoin. Let's see if it figures out kind of why it's is the way it is. So let's see here. Hold on. Yeah. So it's just analyzing the numbers. So what you have to do for this company is you have to look at the assets. You cannot rely, because what is intrinsic value? Intrinsic value is looking at what the company sells. What is the company MicroStrategy selling? They're not selling anything. Like when people go to MicroStrategies, what are they selling? What is their business model? So for the lifetime members that are confused about why the price target is near $1, you have to ask yourself, what are they selling? They're not selling anything, right? They're buying an appreciating asset and is actually making them profitable. That's it. Okay? All right. So I hope that this makes sense. Now, if you want, you can look at the earnings transcripts and figure out kind of more about the company and figure out kind of why it's going up. But the best way to evaluate the business is you just have to look at how many Bitcoins they hold. So you could just anybody can do this, right? For this company, you got to just look at that, right? So how many BTC does MSTR hold? Right? And you look at that, and they hold about 593,000 Bitcoin. So if you look at the BTC price, it's about 108,000. So all you got to do now is just multiply these two numbers together, and let's see what this equals. So let's see what this number is. So if you take 592,000 Bitcoin and multiply by 108,000, you get $64 billion of assets, which is exactly where we're getting at when our TRI system is analyzing the assets of the company. So its Bitcoin holding is worth 64 billion, but it's trading at 107 billion. So what this is telling me is that it's expecting, what MSTR holders are doing right now is they're pretty much saying that Bitcoin's going to go higher to where this is going to, the market cap is going to be double, right? Okay. So green money momentum, is that part of our list? So I'm doing this as an educational platform for our lifetime access members. If you're interested, put it in the chat. But I'm looking at it right now, and it's unprofitable, and it has negative free cash flow. So I don't know what much I'm going to do that. But yeah, if you're interested, just drop it in the lifetime access channel, and then we'll figure out kind of what this company's doing and whatnot. Okay. Or just, if you can, give me a little synopsis here. But I'm going to continue because I have a lot of tickers to get through, and I spent about 20 minutes on one. So, all right. So now let's go ahead and look at this other one that a lifetime access member had questions on. This is called Fold Holdings. First off, what the hell does this company even do? So, what does this company do? So let's open up the terminal here, and let's look at company. Let's look at the company information here.
FLD is not a valid ticker. Please use the Discord autocomplete to choose a valid name.
Doesn't even recognize it. Oh, let's see. Company info. Let's look at info. Whoop. I used the wrong one. Let's look at this one here. FLD. Yeah. So now we move on to this. What does FLD stock do? So whenever you see a company saying it's going to be the next Palantir, that's tough. You know, what are their revenues? How much are they growing? Yeah, I always get scared when I hear those things. Okay, so Bitcoin. Okay, so this is Bitcoin focused.
Bitcoin focused banking. Full offers an FDIC checking account and a Visa prepaid debit card, enabling users to earn, spend, and save.
So it's Bitcoin.
Merchant network. The debit card is integrated with a wide merchant rewards program, giving customers Bitcoin back on purchases, custody and exchange partnerships.
Okay, so this is worth 222 million. Okay, so let's look at. Let's use because we were using unusual whales. Let's use our data. Okay, so revenue, they have zero. I make more money than this company. I make more money than this company. Okay. So, they just recently have 7 million here. What about the net income? Net income is negative, so it's 48 million. So listen to the lifetime access member that posed these stocks. My recommendation is going through the educational platform and try to figure out what these terminologies mean. You could go ahead and define them here too, right? You could define them here. Right here, you could define them and whatnot. But honestly, man, I would go through these because this is definitely important, guys. I mean, this is something that you don't want to miss. I mean, I don't know what the hell, right? So this company's making $0. So let's look at the assets here, FLD. Assets wise, this company only has $52 million here. Let me look. Let's look at the annual. They have about $52 million of assets and 60 million of liabilities. I mean, at this rate, I mean, again, to the lifetime access member, we're not the platform to where I'm gonna, I'm gonna hold your hand and show you every stock ticker you have. There needs to be some form of an educational background for you to understand that these companies are garbage, right? This is a garbage company, regardless if it runs up or not. I mean, you can see it's definitely fallen. And I'm sure they're probably going to dilute shareholders, right? Did they dilute? Actually, I can check here. Here's the shares. Yeah. So again, it's so difficult to understand this company. So so this is again, what is it selling? Is it making any money? Is it profitable? The answer is no. And also very quickly, my recommendation for the lifetime access member that has this question, I recommend going to the exclusive chat. Oh yeah, I've seen these. I've used this is called Da Vinci. We have about like four or five of them in the hospital. I've rotated with bariatric surgery, and they were doing gastric sleeve with these, and also OBGYN as well. It's pretty cool. But okay, so I would recommend tagging ass full of SaaS and saying, hey, tell me about this stock. Okay. This is just a demo. So ass full of SaaS is really good. He would basically tell it to you straight, right? And, I would definitely use your classmates because, they have over $45 million, right? Altogether, right? So I would use the collective brain of your classmates. Okay. Okay. So we got that down. What's next? HUMA. So what is this stock? So you had this stock on the radar. Oh, dang it. Let me see. This is a British healthcare technology company. It produces applications integrated with healthcare. Okay. All right. My area of expertise. Okay. So it's about $328 billion. The stock has performed terrible. Okay, let's see. Let's see what's going on with it. So we go in. Again, $0. This company makes, so whenever you see my terminal say zero, so they've made $517,000. That's how much money they've made. So you got to look at that, right? And then, it's just, my company won't give you anything under $1 million because that becomes dangerous, right? You have a company that makes $517,000 revenue, but is trading at $328 million of market cap, meaning that it's trading over 600 times price to sales. That's incredibly overvalued, right? So I don't know where you're getting these companies from, right? But this company's hot trash. Its net income is negative $148 million. However, its quarterly, it has just been positive for the first time ever at $39 million. Free cash flow is up, it's down. So the only thing you got going here is the positive. You know what I mean? And the thing is, it's only one quarter. So is it going to be continuous or not? I assume the stock price in the past 3 months has probably went up on this news. Yeah, exactly. Because of that positive quarter, it went up 100%, right? Because of the positive quarter. So again, when you type in a company like this on the stock terminal, okay. Okay, all those stock tickers have a lot of interest in stock Twix. Exactly. Yeah. So this is why you get a zeros here, right? Because what's the free cash flow? Hard to estimate. And even if you do estimate it, it's going to be less than $1 million because, right? So again, this is trash, right? I mean, again, it's too small, right? I mean, you're playing in a playground sand here, right? So there it is. Hey, I'm seeing in the chat, Green Money, these stocks are questions that a lifetime access member has. And I'm telling you, they're all crap. And you're saying, bro, we'll cover these penny stocks, but not. Yeah, I don't even know, man. Jeff Bowden is, dude, chill out. Dude, chill out. Calm down, dude. Again, this is a lifetime access member, so I want to make sure he understands, what the hell this information means, right? Again, all educational here. Okay, so let's look up another stock. Let's look up another stock that this guy has, right? Okay, this thing's I'm on videos. Let's see. This stock is Compass Pathway. So let's see what this does, right? Okay, where? No. Just an example for the person. Okay. I'm on a live. Hopefully you're watching this. He's ready. He's like, okay, where? I hope he understands. I thought you were watching the live, but okay, I guess you're not. Sorry. Okay, so let's go ahead and open up the terminal. Okay. So let's go ahead and look at company info here and let's see what the hell this company does. Okay, so this company is Life Sciences. I mean, do you even know what this company does? That's the problem. Like, first things first, do you even know what these companies do, right? So it's mental health, depression. So What about depression? What are they doing? What are they selling? It goes back to this. What are they selling? What is the business model? Likewise, yeah, exactly here. They got to do some work. 100%. I mean, these companies are all trash, right? But let's see this one. Let's see this one. This one is Compass Pathway. Let's see how much this money makes. 0. I mean, are you looking at all the companies that have zeros on them? I mean, how are you searching? How you find? I've never found these many zeros in my life. I mean, you literally have a collection of all the companies that are zeros. I mean, holy shit, right? Look at that. Net income is negative. Free cash flow is. I mean, this is just, if you invest in this, you deserve to make you deserve to lose money. I mean, this is just garbage. How has the stock been doing? Right? So just because a stock goes up, again, this is day trading. These are day trading stocks, right? Yeah, right. Also, Mr. Green, again, I'm already multimillionaire. We've done really well. We don't have to swing at every opportunity that comes our way. Okay. Warren Buffett said, you swing at your circle of competence, right? So hopefully that makes sense, right? So if you can, like I said, go into the lifetime access if you are a member. If not, then again, this was supposed to be a members closed video. Comment down here and other due diligence. Where the hell is it? Right here. Comment down here and look at other stocks, right? But until then, we got to go ahead and go through these other ones. So again, yeah, look at this. This is a 90% drop, right? Now, people may argue, well, doesn't Clover look like that? Well, obviously you see it recovering here, right? But why? Well, let's look at Clover. Okay. So look at Clover. Clover has revenue. Look at revenue. Revenue is going up. Okay. Now let's look at free cash flow. Whoopsies, wrong button. There, oh, sorry, here it is. Free cash flow is up for the first time in the history of the company, right? So again, you got to look at all these factors, man. It's not, yeah. All right, you have another company here. Let's look at this company here. This is Aurora Innovations. Sounds familiar. Again, StockTwits. It's all StockTwits junk. It's all garbage. So I'm curious, are they making $0 as well? Yeah. Holy shit, man. You're finding all the companies that make $0. Yeah, man. Listen, for the lifetime access member that is like, you're telling me that there's missing data here. There isn't any missing data. The stocks that you pick are garbage, right? These are garbage stocks, right? I mean, look at even Google has a dash in the revenue. It makes no money and it lost $208 million. I mean, this is just a bit. This is a bit interesting. So of course, when you put this stock here, yeah, it's going to try to estimate free cash flow, but it's going to be 0 because what is it going to? No wonder why it's giving you zeros, because the company's not making anything. What is it selling? I mean, this must be a joke. I mean, listen, man, you really got to change how you look at the market, and you have to ask yourself, are you a good investor? You have to look at your returns and you have to say, have I made money in the stock market? And if the answer is no, then you have to basically think about why. And I hope that maybe what I'm saying is penetrating into your hippocampus. But these are all garbage companies. All right, let's look at the next one. For the folks that, again, let me just go ahead and I'm not going to take a picture of the whole email here. But here, this is the email. This is part of the email I got. Right? Initial tickers, missing data. I'm just going one at a time. with you know, uh, I mean, there's no missing data here, right? I mean, the companies that you have are just terrible. All right, let's look at the other stock here. Sacktowns, you're saying Zim? Zim is a good one. Does Zim make zero? Man, you better not give me another freaking zero, man. All right, I'm about to. I swear, if this is another zero, I'm about to go to bed. All right, good. All right, like what the hell is this? All right, good. So you can see the revenues going up. I mean, honestly, let's be honest. Let's look at Apple. Guys, look at Apple. First study what a good company is, and then look at Apple. Consistent, right? Look at the extended history. Look at Apple, guys. Let's look at the revenue for Apple. This is what you want to see, right? Got to do some work, boys. No such thing as free lunch here. Exactly. There isn't any free lunch. I mean, if you think the stock market's free lunch, I mean, this is good luck. All right, let's look at the other stock. This is the other stock he gave me. He's saying, okay, so this is, what the hell does this company do? Okay, so let's take a look at this. So, apparently it's in healthcare. What does this company do? I'm curious. I don't know what this company. These companies don't register. Okay, clinical stage biopharmaceuticals. Okay, anything with biopharma is crap because it's very hard, very, very, very hard. Psychedelic market is huge right now, but it's based on FDA. If they get it, they make a lot of money. If they don't, they lose. Right? So pretty much, shrooms is the business model. Let's shroom it up. All right. So, all right. So let's see what's going on. Market cap. It doesn't give me a market cap. So I don't even know what the hell what's the market cap of this company. I'm not even typing. I'm not even spelling everything correctly because I don't even know what the market cap is. It's not even showing me on Google, which is very, very interesting. So 171 million. All right. So now let's just use our stock terminal and let's see what we see here. Again, zeros, straight zeros, right? It's called CYBN. All right. It's burning cash and it's losing. Yeah. So again, you sent me another zero. So out of the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 stocks that you sent me, 5 of them are all zeros. I mean, I hope that this is showing you that your investment model is going to bankrupt your whole family, right? Are you trying to be a trader or are you trying to be an investor, right? You're gonna bankrupt your whole family, man. I mean, this is what the hell? What kind of garbage stocks are these? And again, for folks that join Lifetime Access, if you think that you join Lifetime Access, you think I'm going to be nice to you. That's not. I mean, yes, there's some level of professionalism, right? But if you go ahead and show me crap like this, I'm gonna call off your garbage. Like this is just garbage after garbage after garbage. This is just garbage stocks. Okay, what the frick are these? All right, next stock. What is this? $54 million market cap. What the hell? Jesus Christ! In a couple years, I'll have more money than this whole freaking market cap company, dude. Okay, what? Okay, all right. The stock shot up 400%. It must be a good stock. All right, let's see. For crying out loud, more zeros, dude. You're getting me freaking zeros here. All right, let's look at the quarterly. Did they change? All zeros. Again, man, you get with the zeros, man. Are you searching? Are you searching stocks specifically? I'm searching for are you doing like a stock screening tool where you're searching for stocks and you're saying, I want a company that makes $0? What kind of business is this bullshit? What the fuck? I'm curious, man. What the hell does this company even do? What's the news on this company? What the dude? Okay, let's do the other stock. This one, I'm gonna bet $50. It makes zero. Let's see. This is a next gen energy. Okay, this might actually make revenue. No, god damn, more zeros, dude. What companies are? You're telling me there's missing data here? There isn't missing data. You're finding trash companies here. Let's go ahead. Let's look at Yahoo Finance here. Where the hell? Yahoo Finance only gives you a couple years here. Look, even Yahoo Finance revenue 0.00000. Right? Like you're Jesus Christ. Okay, let's look at this other company here, NAC. What the hell is NAC? Northern Dynasty Minerals. Okay, minerals is interesting. Yeah, you're going to get some increases in minerals like MP Technology, right? Yeah. Minerals you're going to get because, you know, yeah, 600%. Yeah. You're going to, that's why 834 million. You see how my tune just changed? Yeah, when it comes to minerals, yeah, you know, for folks that don't know, we called out MP Technologies a while back. You can see, yeah. So when it comes to minerals, yeah, but the problem is are they going to be successful? What's their competition? There's still a bunch of zeros. They haven't sold anything. How much cash do they have? Are they diluting shareholders? Right? Again, another zero, right? But you got to, again, you got to look at the business model. Neocorp, okay, 138 million, you know, microcap. I'm going to go for 500 for zero. Yep, a bunch of zeros. Like I've never seen someone send me a basket of a collection of zero revenue making stocks that burn cash. I mean, this is why retail investors lose money. They don't know what they hold. This is what Peter Lynch was talking about. This is why I built the stock terminal. This is why he purchased the stock shop, right? And it's no longer available because people, this is what they buy. Oh my God, dude. Okay, next company. TXNP. What is that? Sounds like what we like to use in clots, right? Tonix Pharmaceutical. Again, another pharmaceutical company. All right. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to say 1,000 for what is zero? It doesn't even show up. So where is this? Did I even? Yeah, dude. For it not to show up on my terminal, you know it's garbage. You know this. Holy shit. Talk about a freaking flat line. This is just straight garbage, man. I mean, this is just garbage. You know what I mean? Somehow it's showing something here, but again, zeros here. Yeah, man, this is just okay. Let's look at the next stock that you gave me here. Okay. Okay, rare earths. Okay, there's something here. Okay, but again, it's most likely going to be zero. I mean, are you seeing this? No, seriously, JV Stock lifetime member. You give Al a couple more zeros, he's gonna lose his shit. He had a rough day. No, yeah, I really did. I had a rough freaking day, guys. Like, what kind of bullshit is this? I mean, are you kidding me? Zero, zero, zero. They make no revenue. That's why they are zeros. These companies make no money. Okay. Here you say questionable projections. So what does this company do? Okay. So you're asking me, okay, good. Holy shit. Good. Okay. Oh my God. Okay, good. You give me a company that has some freaking cash revenue. Okay, still burning cash, negative 87 million, unprofitable for the first quarter. So it went down here. Okay, so let's look at So it's been consistently being negative. Something happened to this company where it turned negative for the past few quarters. So it's lost its business model, and you have to figure out why. So no wonder why it's giving you. So your comment here, it says, you know, these are giving me, and I get it, this is an educational platform, right? Right. But I've never seen, I hope that you're seeing my upset, why I'm upset. In the history of, I've been in this for over 14 years, I've never seen a basket of stocks that are just full zeros. Okay. So you questionable projections. Okay. No one, the reason why this is questionable here is, well, because they just turned net income negative and free cash flow. So of course you're going to get a questionable projection, but let's see what the projections. Oh, and if you do, you're saying that these projections for these stocks missing data, there's nothing missing here. The only thing missing out of these collections of stocks is a business model, right? There's no business model here. That's what's missing, right? So that's good. That's good. That's good. The stock terminal is showing you that there's something wrong, right? All right. So let's go ahead and do this. So you could see the current stock price here of WTI is $1.73. Now you could see it used to be $8 in 2022. Now the question is, did they dilute shareholders? Not really. So it's showing that this thing could be worth $7, $9, $13. Again, its average free cash flow is 82 million. The problem is, look at the free cash flow. It's no longer in the 80s. It's actually dropped. That's why the stock dropped. So you could see in 2022, they had 246 million, right? But something happened in 2013. The net income dropped to 15 million from 230 million, and the free cash flow dropped to 34 million from 246 million. So this is why the stock literally dropped. And you have to figure out why it dropped. You have to do your due diligence, and you have to figure out why this company dropped. No wonder why it's giving you questionable projections. You need to figure out why, what happened to the business, right? Go back to what I said. Company needs to sell something. What happened to their revenue over expenses? Why now are they unprofitable? You have to ask these questions, because it's like you buy it. It's like people do so much research when they buy a dishwasher, right? But they don't do shit research when they invest in a company, right? All right. Here's another one. Let's see what this one is. So you said questionable projections. Isotopes, man, I haven't seen isotopes since Gen Chem. And again, I have 3 degrees, and if I don't remember what an isotope is. Okay, so this thing's going up 565 million. Okay, so there's something to this on the NASDAQ. Let's see. Again, 0, less than 1 million, 4 million, unprofitable, free cash flow. I give up at this point, right? So you have to ask yourself, again, you have to go through, listen, man, okay, let me be clear. Okay. This is an educational platform. Okay. You need to go through your first steps in stock investing. Look at all this. We'll be adding more stuff. Look at this, and then look at this. What's revenue? What's gross profit ratio? What's operating income? Read this information. Learn. This is garbage. All these companies are garbage. When you are buying these companies, you're buying it because you're expecting you're expecting a dumbass out there to buy it from you at a higher price. That's not investing. That's gambling. You're gambling. This is all gambling. Right? When I put my money into something, I expect that something to make more money in the future, so I can make money, because the revenues end up, becoming profitable, and those profits goes to earnings per share. And I have those shares and I make money, right? Okay. Again, you gave me another 0. Okay, what does this company do? Encore Energy. Okay. There's some recovery here. It's from Canada. No, it's on the NASDAQ, so we could just put it in here. Okay. They made revenue for the first time ever. Net income is negative. Free cash flow is negative. So on a quarterly basis, have they switched? No, they're still negative. Again, what is the business model? Does it have a strong history? No, it doesn't. It hasn't been making money, right? Exactly. Dude says it straight up. Listen, no, exactly. Listen, guys. I know there's a lot of YouTubers out there that will lie to you because maybe that's their job. Maybe that's all they have, right? Like they need to, like the reason I'm sure, I guarantee you that the stocks you're giving me, I know like I'm being harsh now, but I guarantee you the stocks that you're giving me are probably on like StockTwits, right? And they probably have like a huge following. Like let's just, here's StockTwits. I'm sure these people have like a huge following. They're like, okay, this is going to short squeeze, right? And the thing is, like, I guarantee, I don't know, man. Hold on, let me just. I'm going to pick one stock right now. Let me just. I assume there's going to be people out there that are talking about the stock. Look, oh my God, look at this guy, right? HOV stock explodes. New Horizon aircraft. HOVR. I mean, look at all these people here. These people here that just they again, you have to look, is there a business model, right? Because yeah, you might invest in one of these and you might get lucky, but like if you continue doing this, you're going to lose money. Listen, guys, if you don't know who I am, I'm going to be a physician, okay? And again, this is not my primary job. This is a passion, okay? So I'm not going to go ahead and sit down and lie to you about this stuff. You know what I mean? Yeah. So I mean, I don't really know kind of what else to say here. You know what I mean? Okay. Yeah. So let's look at the next one. I mean, what the hell did I just look at? Okay. UGR. Okay. This is another stock that he sent me. Okay. Oh, I thought this was United Healthcare for a second. Okay, yeah. This was different. I was like, what? He sent me this one. Okay, 357. What is this here? Okay, let's see. Again, energy is tough. These companies are very tough. Okay, all right, you got some revenue here. Net income, negative. Free cash flow, again, these are net, and they're not, it's not like it's coming out of it. It's going from negative 19 to negative 80 million. Right? I mean, this thing is it's tough. You have to show it's never been last time it was positive was back in 2019. That was just 1 year. Then it shot up a little. I mean, no, I mean, this is you have not shown me one good company. You have not shown me one good company. Okay, Quantum SI. Okay, down 80%. This is just sad. Okay, a bunch of zeros. Okay, it finally was able to make $3 million. Wow. But it lost $100 million. And it's down negative 92 million. I mean, how much cash do they have before they start diluting? Yeah, they diluted from 2021 to 2022. That's, yes, you see here? You see this 2021 they had 79. So 2020 they had 5 million. In 2021 they had 79 million. In 2022 they literally doubled their dilution. So 2022 broke the camel's back. So which is why you see it here. The stock used to be $11, $10, and then it dropped, right? Yeah. Again, you got to understand the fundamentals. All right. Another company here, Prime Medicine. Again, do you even know what this company does? What medicine did they sell? What is special about this company? Why? What do they do? Again, all I see is it's down. Okay, let's see why. Let's look at the fundamentals. Okay, they just started making a revenue. They're burning $195 million in cash. So for every $3 million they make, they're burning $195 million. In fact, they made no money last year in 2023, and they still burn $198 million. I mean, these people, yeah. If they're burning this much cash, they must be diluting up the ass. Yeah, look at they went 2021. They went from 64 million to 118 million. Pretty much doubled their dilution. Again, same thing. So back in 2021, watch 2021. The stock here. Look at that. Stock was around $20, $21. Now it's Jesus Christ. All right. No wonder why. Again, listen. Okay. The reason why the stock terminal is giving you questionable projections is because the stocks you are giving it is questionable. You're giving it garbage, and it's telling you that you have garbage, and you're upset that it's telling you you have garbage. It's you're giving it a plate of hot malted shit. Okay? It's giving you literally, you're giving it hot molded shit diarrhea. Okay? And it's giving you what it's worth, 0, right? Now it could run up, but those are idiots buying garbage, right? How many idiots do you think bought here and they made a 43%, and they thought of themselves as smart people, right? And then they lost 56% to 87%, 90%, etc. Right? This is garbage. Like, if you're on this path, you're pretty much going to bankrupt your whole family and your children, right? I mean, this is just garbage. Okay, next stock he's given me. Next stock, Beam Therapeutics. Okay, Beam Therapeutics. Okay, 1.69 billion. Okay, down, but again, it's over $1 billion first time. Let's see. Okay, has some revenue. Revenues, 2023 revenue shot up to 377 million, but then it crashed down to 63. Why? Why did it go down? What happened to their business? What did I tell you in the beginning? Companies need to sell something. Why are they selling less of that something? What happened? Net income. They sold less and they still burned more money. They went from burning 132 million to negative 376 million. They burned more than what they made. Okay, free cash flow. Again, burning 356 million. Shares, they're diluting. They doubled their dilution from 2020. Yeah, almost doubled. Doubled from 2020. All right, so let's look at the stock price. So it used to be good in the past. It used to be $130, but then it crashed down. Okay. Again, so whenever you see this, you got to look at these, and the reason why it's giving you phone numbers, you're saying that it's giving you phone numbers for the calculation, which you have to look at it. What's the growth rate? The growth rate is 617%, because the revenue it used 0 to this. It's not 0. The revenue growth rate now is it's a negative number. It's not growing anymore. So you have to change this to 0, right? How do you know that? Well, just look at the revenue growth rate here. Well, let's say it's growing 1%. Let's say it's growing 1%. Okay. Now for free cash flow, it's hard. You have to do the little 0.5% gain, but you can only do that for companies that you believe are going to end up being positive. So if you do 63.52 million multiplied by 5%, you get about 3.16 million, 1.17 million here. So you do that there. It's even giving you more here. Shares outstanding is 82. So you put this here, 82. Technically now it's 100 actually, because it's giving you the most up to date. Yeah. So this is, I would say, this is the worth. Now, if they can go move 10%, they would have to grow 50% for even it to get to 16 billion. Again, whenever you see it giving you digit numbers, you got to say why. Look at the inputs. These are the inputs? Free cash flow, growth rate. This does it on its own. This does it on its own. You got to look at two inputs. It's like when you drive, you have a brake and you have a gas pedal, right? You don't need to be a genius here. There are two freaking inputs. That's it. Okay? You don't have to be a freaking genius. Okay? So of course it's going to give you numbers, because what does revenue mean? It calculates it because it went from $0 to 63 million. Of course it's going to give you a crazy amount of money. What's 0 to 63? That's 600x or 600%, which is why it gave you a 600% increase. That's not correct. So whenever you're stuck to a company like this, you could do a couple things. You could go to Yahoo Finance. You could go to Beam. And again, I don't even know what this company does. You go to analysis, and you see, okay, what does Wall Street think this company is going to grow? Okay, they're saying 0%, like I said, right? You're negative right here. Jesus. Okay, so they have 2% here. Okay, again, even with a 5%, here, even like, let's say, even with 5%, we're talking penny stock, right? So again, I don't know what this company does. I don't know why it's still a billion. Again, it's therapeutics. So whenever you see pharmaceutical companies, they're probably waiting for an FDA. They're probably waiting for some FDA approval. Again, I've been in the game for a long time. It's the FDA approval. There it is. So they're probably waiting. There it is. Beam Therapeutics has not yet received FDA approval for any of its base editing treatments. Now, again, you don't know what gene editing is in terms of base editing disease for sickle cell. Sickle cell is a disease that affects valine to leucine, or leucine to valine. It causes the blood to sickle, and alpha-1 antitrypsin deficiency. This is a disease that affects your liver and your lungs. Again, guys, listen, you need to understand the business model, right? You need to understand what the hell you're investing in. You just can't buy something. You're stupid. Like, you can't just get on a plane without having a freaking understanding of how a plane works, without understanding what the hell these numbers means, and then expect to land on an island that you don't even know where the fuck it is. You're gonna freaking crash. Do you even know what this company does? And what happens if the FDA approval doesn't work? The stock is gonna freaking go to zero. I mean, do you understand what I'm saying here? Yes, it could. As soon as I saw therapeutics, okay, FDA approval. You got to wait for that. And you got to see when the next FDA approval is, which you can use our terminal for. It'll tell you the next FDA approval cycle, right? And you have to understand what gene editing is, base editing. If this happens, and yes, this is huge. It can help a lot of people, 100%. But again, this is it's not simple. It's not like it's selling ice cream or something like that. You're complicating your investment. Why isn't Warren Buffett in this? Right? You have to ask yourself, why isn't it? Okay, fine. Let's do something else here, okay? Let's open up our software and let's see how many poor souls are in this stock. How many institutional investors are in this stock? Okay. So you have some institutional backing here. Okay. Ownership percent is pretty high up there, almost to a point where there's synthetic shares. They're bullish here. Okay. So you got to do this for all the other stocks. Like, let's look at another stock you were looking at. FLD, whatever the hell that stock is. Okay. Institutional ownership. There isn't any. There isn't any institutional ownership. Okay. Let's look at the other stock you gave me, HUMA. Okay. Okay. Institutions are in this. Total invested because the stock dropped. Total percent ownership is high. What's going on with the company? Again, it's a bunch of zeros. Listen. Okay, I think what's happening. I think I know what's happening. So, okay, hold on. Power Law. Peter Thiel. Okay, so Peter Thiel talks about venture capitalists like to operate on a power law, okay? 97% of all exits come from less than 10%. So in venture capital, the power law refers to an uneven distribution of returns where a small percentage of investments generate the vast majority of profits for the entire fund. So what's happening is you're seeing all these institutions that have a lot of money, like SoftBank Capital, whatever, and they're buying a shit ton of these bullshit stocks, and one of them may be a winner. And that winner may offset all the other losers they have. The problem is you can't do that because you don't have that much money. Now, if you want, you could see how I as soon as I saw institutional ownership that's high, I immediately went ahead and I went straight to the power law. Again, I've been doing this for over 14 years, and I hope that you can see from my ability to do this live without any sort of prep, without just kind of going off of my knowledge. You can see my experience is coming out. Okay. The last stock you showed me here is GME. Okay. Now GME is a little weird because they recently started buying Bitcoin. Okay. And that's going to start again. Their business model is changing now, right? So, their revenues has gone down from 5 billion to 3 billion. Net income is profitable at 131 billion. Free cash flow is 129 billion. So that's really good. The question is what is their you see the assets just literally shot up to the moon. It's doing the same thing as MSTR, right? So I could see they started probably buying Bitcoin back in Q2 of 2024. Again, that's just me looking at the numbers. So, let's just see. I'm curious. When did GameStop started buying Bitcoin? Give me the exact date. And I think it's somewhere in the middle of 2024, like a year ago. But I could be wrong. So they started announcing it May 28. So the question is, why the hell did their assets ballooned up in 2024? So that's something we have to ask ourselves, because then if this is not a Bitcoin buy, then I don't know what. Then the assets are going to go up even higher. Okay, so then I'm going to ask. So why did the assets go up higher in 2024, higher than they ever were? What happened in 2024 to make the assets to go up higher? Now, again, you need access to the data, right? Which we have, right? Unfortunately, people don't have that, right? There it is here. No, I didn't understand my question. So it says here, capital raises. So they raised capital, and then crypto involvement. So they did at the market ATM equity offerings. They raised money. So it's unfortunate then. They raised money. So what the hell do they do? Okay, so yeah, they raised money. That's why. They went from 305 million to 94 million. So they raised 90 million shares. So how many outstanding shares did they dilute? My stock terminal says 90. Let's see what it shows you here. You see, there's 305 to 397, 90. See, I said 90, 89 million. That's what we have here. You see one from 305 to 394. Okay, so it's not a good thing here. But what you can say is 129. You could do 129 million, which is the 129 here, The question is, what's the growth rate? It's growing down. So the growth rate's down. So no wonder why it's giving you a not good projection, because the fact that their revenue is going down and they're buying Bitcoin, it shows you that the intrinsic value of the business is not doing well. And whenever you see assets go up, but the intrinsics go down, it means they're buying something else. In this case, they're buying Bitcoin. So what you do is you go to the quarterly and you figure out what their assets is, which is around 7.5 billion minus 2.5 billion. So that's, let's see what it's trading at. So you look at GameStop right now, it's trading at 10 billion. So it's trading just shy of 2 billion above its assets. If it could go anything like MSTR, it could trade double its assets, which it might put you at 14 billion again. There is what are they selling? And whatever they're selling less of. They went from 5 billion to 3 billion. So again, you've given me a list of stocks. The stocks you've given me are garbage. Okay? And you're telling me that the stock terminal is incorrect. No, it's just you're giving it hot trash. So the next time you get hot trash from wherever stocks you're looking at, my recommendation is you go here and you talk to you talk to this guy. You're penetrating my hippocampus, right? You talk to ass full of sass. And another good person to talk to is you talk to Dish. I don't want to ping him because he I don't want to ping him. You talk to this guy. Let me just take a screenshot. I don't want to wake him up. You talk to Dish. Okay, these people know what's going on. You talk to Dish. Okay, who else? You talk to this guy here too. Turd is actually pretty good. Okay. You talk to this guy. Okay. Who else do you talk to? You talk to Shinsky. I don't want to ping him because it's too late right now. It's like late. Right? And you talk to Pro for TA. He will talk to you all night for your TA, right? So and you talk to Pro. Pro is right here. Pro is right here. Boom, right there. And there's for your technical analysis. Okay, who else? If I'm forgetting somebody, I'm sorry. Another good one is you talk to J-Dub. Okay. 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 And another one, you talk to Rabdo. Okay. You got access to people that have over $45 million. Talk to your classmates. This is an educational platform. Okay. So, yeah, I think because they're buying Bitcoin. What's up, Al? Have to go back and listen when you are finished. Thank you always. I appreciate you, Cobra Kai, Coach Brian, right? Al, do Zoom. Yeah. Is it Zoom? Let's see what's going on with Zoom. Again, here's Zoom. Revenue's good. Net income. Yeah, look at that one, dude. 100, 637, 1 billion. Free cash flow, 1.8. Oh, man. You're going to turn me on, baby. Look at that. That's what I'm talking about. So you type in Zoom, and you can see stock price is $78. You got a bear case of 87, base case of 114, best case of 160. And then you can make sure you can say, okay, free cash flow is right. Growth rate's 15%. Let's see what Wall Street thinks. How much can it grow? And you can see it's falling right in its bear case. So it could go up higher. You got to fix to make sure if it's actually growing that much. Because it looks like it's stagnating, right? But you could see how the intrinsic value works. But it works on companies that are good, not on companies that are hot trash bankrupting, family destroying, homeless creating garbage. Okay. I escaped homelessness, but I'll tell you something. I buy these stocks, I go back to homelessness. Okay. Probably, not even a homeless man like myself would buy this junk of crap. Okay. What a junk of shit. Anywho, guys, as you can see, we're right. I learned IBC from a homeless man. Let's go, right? And if you guys don't have tents, then you're not a part of our stock trades. You know what, guys? You know what's funny? I don't even have a tent. I don't even have a freaking tent. I hate camping, man. I did it for a long time, guys. I'm done. I'm done with that shit, right? I'm getting the Cybertruck camping gear, right? No Vegas. Let's go camping, right? Let's go camping. Oh my God, guys. Speaking of, it's going to be kind of messed up, but I don't want to ruin it for you guys. Just watch Squid Game. Yeah. Watch. I finished it, man. We binge watched it with my girl. But listen. So again, I'm sorry. This video is going to probably upset you, but at All Stock Trades, we like to do tough love, right? Because what do you expect? How the hell are we able to have a group of people that have over $45 million? How do you think that happens? You think that happens because we hold hands and we sing Kumbaya? No, we're at each other's throats, respectively, right? And we go hard. And look at all this channels we got. Look at all the research we do. This is no joke. Right? We got people's hard-earned money. Like people are coming in here using the software to learn. This is an educational platform. So again, no, I'm not going to be soft. This is not a pass for effort. We're not woke. We're not woke in this platform. Okay, you work hard, and you get your shit handed to you. If you send me a pile of garbage stocks that have zero revenue, and you're telling me they're missing data. No, they're missing a business model. What are they selling? Right. So, anywho, there is my analysis for the stocks. Again, there's going to be a lot of people out there, a lot of retail investors that are going to say, this guy doesn't know what he's talking about. Again, that's fine. Go broke. Not my problem, right? Go broke. Not my problem at all. Okay. And not my problem at all, guys. I gave you my opinion, and at the end of the day, it's up to you to figure out what's going on. Again, I'm sorry, we're gonna have to probably push the Clover Health thing, intrinsic value on another one, right? But yeah, so I'm sorry that I'm a little harsh, but it is what it is, right? I don't want to be the YouTube channel that's gonna coddle you guys and give you bullshit, right? We're gonna be the ones that are going to be truthful, okay? All right, so my full-time job is, medical student, soon to be medical doctor. My passion is medicine, but my hobby, is let's talk stocks, right? But sometimes that can be a little mean, but it's all for it's all love, right? You got a group of people here that are willing to help, that are hungry, and you have a lot of more people that'll join that I haven't even mentioned because I'm tired of shit, right? So that's all I have for you guys. I hope this works, and for all the people that are wanting lifetime access, wanting to be in our platform, this is the platform to be in, right? This is the platform that people go from, $70,000 to $1 million to over that. And in the coming years, you'll see this come into fruition. And you're going to understand the power of what we have here. Okay. God bless you all. And I will see you on the next one.